If you're looking for a way to stay connected with Hashem's influx of goodness and wisdom during the course of the day, even when you're doing the most banal things, so this class is going to give you guidance in a very special method that the rabbis developed, a 6-word formula which connects us up to our source. If you're enjoying these classes, so please press like and subscribe. If you've got any questions along the way, so write them in the comments. I'll be happy to relate to you. And at the end of the class, 10 minutes in, we're going to have a meditation. You're welcome to stay or not stay, depending on what you enjoy. Now we're going to begin a whole series of brachot called Birkot HaShachar, the blessings of the dawn. Birkot HaShachar actually has another meaning also, because Shachar has to do with seeking. Eli Atah v'Shachareka, you are my God, I seek you. And so these, in a sense, are also blessings of our quest that we're about to set on, and therefore they're designed in a way in which they take us through different aspects of ourselves, both physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so we're going to be following the order as it's described by the Arizal, and we'll be describing how these are both a physical reflection of us and the spiritual reflection of the journey we're about to undertake. The fact that they are brachot is elemental here. And so I want us to first look at what's called the matbea bracha, the formulation of how we say the bracha. You know, it's the same 6 words time and time again. And you know, the rabbi said that you're supposed to do this 100 times a day. There's nothing you're supposed to do 100 times a day except this particular declaration that we make. So it's pretty elemental to who we are in our connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So let's look carefully at the way it's been designed. The first word, Baruch, beautiful word. It's a word which is usually translated as blessed, and that's fine as long as you understand what a blessing is. A blessing is an encouragement to grow. A blessing is first spoken in the Torah as the command to be fruitful and multiply. Hashem is reflecting his desire that there be an other, that there be expansiveness, that there be greater growth. And in fact, the first 2 letters of the word Baruch, Bet and Resh, actually means the child or the one who stands outside. So we're being invited to truly become manifested in our fullness and our realness, supported by the one who is sharing that ability with us as Baruch. Atah is the word which describes someone standing right in front of you. It's the second person. And it's also generally considered to be a bit informal to speak to someone important in the second person. Well, speaking to Hashem that way is a beautiful reflection on how dear we are to him, how essential we are to him. For in being Baruch, he seeks to share. And the profoundest sharing is in giving another a life that has independence, that has the freedom of choice, that we're able to experience through and be conscious and aware. These are things which are so much part of what it means for Hashem to share himself and give us such stature that we speak to him in the second person. Then we say his name. Now, the name we're using here is Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey, which means that he's constantly and dynamically creating at every moment. It's the name of compassion. It's the name of compassion in the sense of he shares his passion with us for life. It's the name of Rachamim. But we say it in the name Adonai because here we're experiencing him as a leader, as a guide, as something of a master. But take a look at that word, because it's the same word as an Aden, which means a flower bed or a socket which holds something. So we're talking about Hashem as being the one who is our master, But on the other hand, we're talking about Hashem as being the one who is the receptacle which holds us. That's enough for now. We'll explore more of this later on in our journey. But it's important to connect to that. He's creating, he's desiring more blossoming and growing. And he actually is the bed for that growth and the guide for that growth. And then we move on to the word Elokeinu. Elokim is power. It's Hashem as the one who's able to make delineations. Bereshit bara Elokim. He's the power of creativity by setting boundaries and specificity for everything that he makes. Elokeinu celebrates the fact that he's ours, that this is the power which is giving us the ability to be us and to live our lives with clarity and judgment and rectitude. So that when we say this, we're celebrating the fact that he is really belonging to us. And in that, we very profoundly belong to him. And so from here, we immediately talk of him as Melech HaOlam. Melech, as we've already mentioned, is a beautiful word because it means literally a king. But in Hebrew, in Lashon HaKodesh, a melech is a guide, a molich, means to walk. He wants us walking. He's not a despot seeking power for himself. He's a guide for us in our growth. Even more powerfully in Hebrew, when I want to talk about taking advice from someone, I'm ani nimlach with someone. I have an interaction, I have a dialogue. So this isn't the usual kind of medieval king you might be thinking of as just being interested in holding on to his power. This is Hashem who's desiring to share his life force with us and to guide us in its realization. The final word in this 6-part statement is Ha'olam, the world. The Melech HaOlam, the guide of this world. But note also that this word Olam also shares with a word which means a young youth, an Elem or an Alma. There's something which is looking forward to growing more, looking forward to expanding and using the life forces in a way that you remain young forever. So that's this 6-word Matbea Bracha. And I want us to take one more moment here and look at the fact that it is 6 words, because 6 words is a reflection of the 3-dimensional space within which we live, with its 6 sides of forward, backwards, to the 2 sides, up and down, with us being here in the center. Whatever we're going to be specifically talking about in the bracha, we're always wanting to relate it back to our center. That center is us having a makom, which is formed by these 6 sides, a space, a place which is our own. There's a specific practice, which in my recommendation you practice before you begin saying the blessings, before you begin saying the brachot, which is called shehiyah. Shehiyah means to pause. And the rabbis talk about that as something which the Hasidim Rishonim would do. The early Hasidim would do it in order to be mechavein et libam lamakom, to align their hearts with place. So that practice, which I'm also going to include a separate meditation for, is something which is elemental, and in a different series and other opportunities we'll explore it more profoundly. But here in the context of the journey of the Siddur, I encourage you, before you begin saying the brachot, to sense your place, to quiet yourself, to align your heart with the fact of your having been gifted with being here. And then, as you say these 6 words, to really, in a sense, imagine them around you, however you might describe their positioning, whether it be that the Baruch is the flow of life which comes from the right side, and the Atah, the separateness and delineation, which is from the left side, and Hashem standing in front of you as drawing you forward in yourself. Eloheinu, who is standing behind you, giving you all of your powers. Melech, the one who is guiding you from above. And Ha'olam, the earth beneath you. Yeah, and then you there in the middle, in the place as you say this. It's a beautiful practice, meditation, and really begins our orienting ourselves to our fantastic purpose in being here in this world, having been created to do, to give, to share, to create. Baruch Atah Hashem, who made us this way. In today's meditation, we're going to discover the power of saying a bracha, the 6 words of its primary format, in which we touch upon the 6 elements that make us into the creature in touch with its creator. You might prepare a glass of water or tea, something which you'll make a blessing of Shehakol Nihiya Bidvaro on. So sit comfortably, close your eyes, open yourself to the possibility of experiencing a flow of divine energy coming through you as Hashem himself fulfills his deepest desire. To share blessing. Let your feet be comfortably flat on the floor. Your back straight but relaxed. Your shoulders slightly leaning back. And your arms and hands in a comfortable position that leaves them either supported or completely loose. Allow yourself the joy of simply relaxing, letting go of anything which might be thought or emotion that might close you before the wondrous flow of bracha. Release any tension in your shoulders. Allow your back to feel a kind of warm, pleasant relaxation moving down its center column. Allow your thighs to release any kind of a responsibility for holding your body. The calves of your legs, your feet, your toes. Just noticing them and letting go of anything which might stand in the way of this beautiful flow you're about to experience. I want to invite you to slow your breathing, watching it with your inner focus as it enters through your nostrils, descends down into your body, your stomach expanding as your lungs are filled. Breathe deeply, calmly, holding the breath, and now releasing to the count of 6. 6. Breathe again, counting as you breathe in. 6. Hold your breath for a moment. And now release again, this time through pursed lips, slightly open. And this time breathe in again to the count of 6. Aim the breath towards your heart, as if your heart is breathing in. Let it be the 7th. Hold the breath in as your heart experiences the kindness you are awarding it. And now breathe slowly outwards as if it's your heart exhaling. 6. I want to invite you to imaginatively focus on the volume of space that's in your feet, a volume of space that's in your legs, an open space in the central cavity of your body, a space within your hands, an open space between your eyes and your eyebrows, an open space within the area behind your forehead, opening, becoming available as now a beautiful flow of life, of baracha, blessing, begins to flow down through the crown of your head, flowing in, filling the inside of your body with a beautiful presence of compassion, rachamim, a beautiful presence of kindness, of chesed, the pleasantness of Hashem's caring and love for you, flowing in through the top of your head, through your throat, down into the main central cavity of your body, through your arms, into your legs. As you continue to pace your breath, 6 paces in and 6 paces out. Into your heart, where now this energy is gathering ever more intensely, and exhaling from your heart. The flow of rachamim, the flow of His sharing the powers of life with you, the flow of His compassion and chesed and ahava, just coming in gently but powerfully. Open the entirety of your being to receive this blessing. And now say with me, Baruch. You flow into me in the sharing of this great blessing of life. Atah. You are so close and present in a friendship with me. Havaya. And imagine the letters, if you can, of Yud and Hey and Vav and Hey. You bring all into being at every moment. You are the being itself that underlies all that is. And you are Aleph, Daled, Nun, Yud. You are my teacher and master. Eloheinu. You bring me power, award me strength, and my specific, unique identity. Melech, you guide me. You listen to me. We share together a kingdom that is growing, developing. Ha'olam, the Melech of the entire world, our universe which is forever young, growing, expanding, even as now you send me this life force filling me. Sense yourself resonating with Hashem's sharing all of this with His entire creation. A world made of bracha, bereshit, bara, beracha. Let those senses of life resonate now with the entirety of our creation as an expression of His bracha, His sharing. Connect again to this flow coming in through the crown of your head, filling the entirety of your physical body, the entirety of the energy around you, the entirety of your mind and consciousness, the entirety of this world. And now as you say the upcoming bracha, take the glass of water or tea that you prepared. Hold it in your right hand and say with me, Baruch, Atah, Adonai, Eloheinu, Melech Ha'olam, Sha'akol Niya Bidvaro. And of course, drink from it, celebrating the presence of Hashem and His overflow of goodness, which flows through you, flows through the object you have just taken and made the blessing on, flows through the pleasure you take in imbibing what has been given you. And now end with this blessed, alive, expansive presence that Hashem shares with you. Connect to it every time you make a bracha. For any pleasure you are gifted with in this world, connecting it to the expansive source of all